Hi, lovely dragonflies. I hope you're all well today. Welcome or welcome back. So my birthday haul is... Oh, hang on. Look, I did my nails and then too soon afterwards I set my stuff up, so just ignore that. Yeah, so I was given some vouchers and some birthday money with instructions to spend it on decks and books, which, as you can imagine, was a real hardship. But I have done that and everything has now arrived and I'm excited to show you the haul, for those of you that love a haul video. I'm not going to do any kind of really long deck walkthroughs or book reviews because obviously everything's new. But if you do see anything that you would like me to either review or do a more full walkthrough with, then I will do that for you. Before that, I need to put Mike out. I forgot Mike. There we go, Mike. You need to be there. And, oh, actually, as we're doing birthday haul, I should probably do this as well. So this is a beautiful little statue my sister bought me. I think she's absolutely gorgeous. So she can, yeah, she can sit in my video. Pop them there. Okay, so, yeah. So if there is anything you see that you would like me to do a more full video on, then please do let me know. I'd be really happy to do that. Yeah, in the meantime, let's get into the birthday haul. Okay, so we are going to start with books. I've got a few kind of witchy books, a couple of pagan-y books, and this first one is The Witch's Path by Thorn, Moody, advancing your craft at every level. I went for this book because it's something I feel I need to do. I've got to a point where it just feels right. So if I just read the back. Get unstuck, find inspiration, and take the next step on your path. The Witch's Path is all about raising your witchcraft practice to the next level, whether you're a beginner who feels overwhelmed, hello, a disillusioned adept, a jaded coven leader, or anyone in between. This book shares specific hands-on tips for what you can do to move forward. Oh, hello, I've had an email. Spiritually today, no matter what your starting point. And that really appealed to me because although I've been doing witchcraft for a little while, I feel like I'm not quite sure where to go next. So I thought that that looked like a book which might help that process. And I know that Thorn Moody is pretty well respected, as well, as far as I'm aware she is. I have heard the name many times, and yeah, so I think this kind of comes with, rather than kind of really specific spells, from what I've seen from flicking through it, yeah, I think you get sort of more little exercises to kind of help you just evolve your practice, which I think is going to be really useful. So I got this because I didn't think it was another spell book. It looked like something that might really help me kind of advance or find the direction that I want to go in a little bit more. So yeah, that's The Witch's Path by Thorn Moody. I'm really looking forward to getting into that, actually, and seeing where it takes me. Yeah, so I shall have a read of that. If anybody else is interested, wants me to give it a review or anything, then give me a shout. Okay, next up is Pagan Family Prayers and Rituals. Yeah, I'm not sure whether I made a bit of a mistake with this one. We'll find out as I get a little bit more into it. It appealed to me because my family, my immediate family, my husband and my daughter, are really supportive and generally will join in things that I do for the Sabbats, because I think my husband genuinely enjoys it, and I think my daughter did enjoy it. She enjoyed like the fairy side of things, etc. But she's a little bit older now, and actually probably not as kind of into joining in, and that's fine. I would never ever push anything like this on her. She makes her own choices completely in these terms. And she was totally not into Letha at all. So she did her own thing, and my husband and I did Letha, pretty much. But I thought this might be a nice way of maybe including my family if they want to be included. I thought I'd get some really nice ideas. On my initial kind of flick through this book, I was a little bit disappointed at the use of the word should. And I know that sounds a little bit strange, but everything it suggests says you should do this and you should do that. You should have this and you should do this. And I found that a little bit annoying, because one thing that I think is so important about the Pagan Path is that it's yours, and there aren't any shoulds, I don't think, or at least as I see it, I don't think there's any shoulds. That it just kind of, yeah, it just didn't sit well with me. But then this chapter, I did read. I have read this whole section, mainly because it's something that I've been thinking about a little bit since really properly following the Pagan Path and what that means. I'm not going to get morbid and get kind of into it particularly at the moment, but I did find that really interesting, and I enjoyed that chapter, and it kind of made sense for a few things for me. But I think this is a book where I'm basically going to be able to kind of pick out the bits that work for me, and leave the rest behind, and that's absolutely fine. So we shall see. Okay, next up is this gorgeous book. Actually, I don't think this is going to fit in the frame. Bear with me. I might do like a fake camera pan by shoving it up with my hand. Hang on. Practical Magic for the Solitary Witch, 3-in-1. Glinda Porter, this is by, which makes me really happy that her name's Glinda. If you know, you know. This is a 3-in-1 starter kit of modern witchcraft, Wicca, hoodoo, folk magic, prayers and protection, magic, manifestation spells, rituals, and breaking curses. I want to learn as much as I can about witchcraft, about different forms of witchcraft, because although I have my sort of practice and preferences currently, I think that I need to know more to find kind of the direction I'm going in, as I said before. Let me just... hopefully you can see that now. So this one appealed to me because it's for the solitary witch, which is the one thing I know I am. And I haven't really looked at it much. As I say, this only arrived... actually, this arrived yesterday afternoon. And I haven't actually had much chance to properly look through it. So it's got sort of spells and bits and bobs like that in there. There's some sections on curses, protection. Oh, hang on, my camera's being misbehaving. It's going in and out. It's not very happy with that, is it? But yeah, so as far as I can see, this is kind of sort of spells and practices from various kind of branches, if you like. I don't think that's the right word, but hopefully you'll know what I mean. Yeah, some from various kind of types and branches of witchcraft. So I'm really looking forward to getting into that. Plus the fact it's a really very, very pretty book. Gorgeous hardback book. Yeah, there we go. That is Practical Magic for the Solitary Witch. Oh my goodness, guys. I am insanely excited about this next one. This is volume 1. Volume 2 is on the way. Hopefully it'll be with me later in the month. This is the Grimoire Encyclopedia, Volume 1 by David Rankine, who is an esoteric researcher and magician. And he has basically compiled this work of... I can't really explain it. It's just full of references to grimoires and important magical books. And there are volumes in here dating back to the sort of 13th century to the 12th century. It's absolutely packed full of magical scholarship I think is the word that they use on the back. It's so exciting. I saw these on a video actually on YouTube of somebody, and I can't remember who it was, doing a tour of Watkins Bookshop in London, where I desperately want to go one day. And sorry, I'm just stroking the pages, I'm so happy. And they had downstairs the hardback versions of these, which I think are fairly rare, and I imagine hideously expensive. So sadly I did go for the paperback version, but I am just insanely excited. There's this massive table of kind of the spirits, etc., that are found in all these grimoires and books that he's compiled together. It's just a very cool, magical, academic, historical kind of volume, and gosh, I'm going to treasure this. I'm so happy. Right, so next up we have a tarot book. This my parents got for me, and this is the Tarot for Lightseers companion book, which is basically a sort of huge expansion on the tarot deck guidebook. My reason for getting this really was because A, it's gorgeous, it's a really lovely book, but B, because I've just found a new love for this deck. I think I mentioned in a previous video that the hype made me buy it. I avoided it for a really long time, but when I finally gave in, I realised actually what a really fabulous deck it is, and because of that sort of new appreciation for the deck, I thought I would add this to my wish list, and I'm really glad I did. And I look forward to working with this with the deck, because if there's a deck that has an additional guidebook or companion book, then I'm all over that, because I want to go deeper all the time. I want to learn more. I'm a knowledge hog. I can't help myself. If there's something I'm interested in, I want to know all of the things. So, yeah, this is a really beautiful book. And like I said, I haven't had this long. Obviously, I got this on my birthday, so I haven't had a chance to do much with it yet, but I'm really pleased to have it, and I think once this month is done, I might make this a study deck. Okay, I'm recording and editing this in later because I forgot about this one, so which I can't believe. This is Pagans by Ethan Doyle White, the visual culture of pagan myths, legends and rituals. And I can't believe I forgot to include it, because it's one of my favourites. I have had this on my wish list for a really long time. So I'm delighted to have it, because it's a lovely, lovely combination of history, paganism, art, folklore, tradition. It's just a great, big, beautiful book of everything I love, or the majority of things I love. It's just brilliant. It's a real coffee table book. It's going to be one that I will just sort of keep picking up and delving into, and picking a section that sort of piques my interest on that particular day. It's got some absolutely brilliant images in it. Look at that. And it's fascinating. It's an Oh, yes, there we go. There's the Morris dancers. I knew they had to be in there somewhere. But yeah, it's a beautifully produced book. It's wonderful quality. Wow. Stonehenge. Yeah, this is a genuinely very, very beautiful book. Look at those. I think we all will recognise some of those images for sure. Yeah. So anyway, sorry, that is a brilliant book. That is Pagans by Ethan Doyle White, the visual culture of pagan myths, legends and rituals. Okay, it's time for the exciting bit, guys. It's deck time. So these decks I got using a Waterstones gift card, Amazon gift card and birthday money. So they come from various different places. I did show, though, my sister bought me the Broadway Tarot, which I did show on my last VR. So do have a look for that if you want to have a sneaky peek at the Broadway Tarot. I think we'll start with Oracle decks. Oh, I'm going to get this one so wrong. The names on this, I'm so sorry in advance. This is Oracle of the Witch, Reclaim Your Birthright by Flavia Kate Peters, Barbara Mieklejohn-Free, and illustrated by Mira Nurdianti. I'm so sorry if I've got this wrong. This has been on my wish list for ages and in and out of my Amazon basket. It's a Rockpool deck. I do love a Rockpool Oracle. They're always beautifully produced. And this is no exception. The guidebook is stunning. I have a lot of Witchy Oracle decks, so I think that's probably why I've hesitated to get this one, but can we just discuss the red? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I've hesitated to get this one because we're trying to be slightly more mindful about what I buy. I'm kind of thinking, am I going to get anything new from this that I haven't got from any of my other Witchy Oracle decks? But look at it. It's beautiful. I love the red and black. Yeah, it's just a really striking, powerful looking Oracle deck, I think. And I'm kind of, see now I'm already thinking of pairings, because that's where my brain goes at the moment. It's to pairings. And I won't kind of do a complete walkthrough, as I say, but Phantom-wise, maybe. Be interested to hear your thoughts, what you would pair it with. It's quite unique in its style and its kind of voice, I think. Could be quite powerful on its own, though. This one, I'm thinking too, because it's got that feel about it of kind of packing a punch, like a one card draw. That's all you need kind of feel. We shall see. But that is the Oracle of the Witch. Reclaim Your Birthright. And then this next one I've been really excited about. I pre-ordered this one and it arrived today. And I pre-ordered it yesterday, would you believe? I've had it on my wish list for a while and then I forgot to pre-order it. It's got this lovely kind of like craft paper, brown paper kind of texture to the box and the guidebook. It's another Rockpool deck, so the book is just so pretty. Like all the Rockpool decks are just so beautifully produced. I think some might argue style over substance. I am not one of those people, but I can kind of see where they would be coming from. But that looks like a perfectly decent guidebook to me. I haven't really looked through these because, as I say, they arrived today. Look at that. They're absolutely beautiful. But yeah, I've had this in my wish list ever since I found out it was being released, and then I forgot to pre-order, and so I pre-ordered it with the birthday money. And oh, yeah, it's a fabulous looking deck, and I really like the cardstock. It's a lovely kind of matte. I don't know the proper names for the cardstock. I'll have to learn it. Yeah, I mean, so kind of looking through the... Oh, look. See, hagstones keep popping up for me at the moment as well. Hagstones and peacocks. What do we think that's about, everybody? Answers on postcards, please. God, that's showing my age, isn't it? Yeah, do you know what I'm also thinking? Because my brain is going to pairings quite a lot at the moment, I'm seeing Every Little Thing You Do tarot. What do we think? I'm having a look over at my tarot shelf again. And yeah, I think the Every Little Thing You Do Is Magic tarot might be a good one for this. Perhaps I'll try it and let you know. So yeah, I'm not massively sure that this is going to give a kind of unique edition necessarily. Most of my Oracle decks are having said that, look, you see the mama my dad does Mama's plays every Christmas and has done them every Christmas since I can remember. Yeah, that's a very emotive card for me, I have to say. Yeah, but we'll see. I love it, so I'm going to definitely work with it and see where we go with it. Some really lovely cards. Oh look, that's like what's the painting? Van Dyck, Arnolfini family. Yeah, sorry, that took me far too long. Yeah, so we shall see. It's a very beautiful deck, so it's definitely staying in my collection, regardless. And we'll have a little bit of a work with it at some point and see where it fits in. But it's a very, very beautiful deck. That is the Folklore Oracle. I'll link below. So this next one is another one that I am insanely excited about, and you'll see why. You know already how much I love Mark Ryan and John Matthews, so it will be of no surprise to you that I have this. And also, bingo cards at the ready, how much I love Robin of Sherwood. Yeah, this is just a wonderful deck, and I'm so excited to have this. I have had a sneaky peek through this one because I couldn't resist it. You do get like a little mat here, but I won't get the whole thing out because it won't fit on the screen, frankly. It's a really, really lovely guidebook, this one. This is a Sterling Ethos desk. No, it's not. It's a Sterling Ethos deck. Yeah, so it's got this really great kind of very chunky guidebook with an awful lot of info in it, which I'm always up for. I do like to learn as much as I can. Yep, that's fabulous. Now the cards. I'm going to get totes emotion about the cards. You watch. Because I've looked through these and I get goosebumps from them. So we've got The Way Through the Woods, John Barleycorn's Field, yeah, The Mill, Wayland's Smithy, can we talk? Oh my gosh, The Green Grove, Hearn's Cavern, come on. It's just, Maid Marian's Bower, The Major Oak, it's just amazing, and oh gosh, I'm so excited about this. It's got so much imagery and so many of the names from my upbringing, from my childhood. John Barleycorn, for example. How many times did I hear that song as I was growing up? You know, I love that it's got Wayland the Smith in it, and Hearn is in there, and it's just, oh my god, I love it so much. Yeah, I'm getting really goosebumpy just looking at this deck, and every single card in it. Sorry, my family are having a little natter about something at the moment. Yeah, I just Friar Tuck. Yeah, I am showing you every card in the deck because I'm in love with it. I can't help myself. Yeah, that's going to be a very, very treasured deck for me. It's a very personal deck for me. I love it. Yeah, that is the Sherwood Oracle. Again, I will link these below. Right, on to tarot, of which there are a few. So this is one that I got with my Amazon voucher. One of my Amazon purchases from a dear friend of mine. So I got Tarot of the Moon Garden by Karen Marie Sweikhardt. Again, this is another one that it's been in and out of my basket and on my wish list for a really, really long time. But I'm so glad I have it now. I think I've seen this I think it first caught my eye on Sylvie's channel, Tarot Magpie. And I've seen it a few times since, and it's a beautiful guidebook. Look at that. Is this it's a US game systems deck. And so in this one as well, you have bear with me. You have a mat as well. But the cards, they're so different. They're really unusual. I mean, we do have a shiny side, which obviously makes me happy. But I love the size of them. I think I really like having a kind of long, thin tarot deck that I can actually shuffle with the Munchkin hands. But it's really, really different to anything else I have. It's very, very cool. And I get a really, really good vibe off of this deck. So I'm glad I went for it in the end. I really love the cards and the cardstock and the size and the shape. But you know, the artwork reminds me a little bit of... Do you remember the cartoons back from kind of like, I guess the early 80s maybe? Like King Rollo. Do you remember King Rollo? Pigeon Street. Do you remember Pigeon Street? I just get that kind of vibe off the artwork. I mean, they don't have the great big sort of random fat hands that are just fingers that they have on Pigeon Street. Oh my god, if you don't know Pigeon Street, you're going to wonder what on earth I'm talking about. But yeah, it's got that kind of style about it. To me, anyway, that's what it kind of reminds me of. So it's got a bit of an inner child feel to me. I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but it's a fab deck. I'm really excited to work with this one. I'm genuinely really chuffed to bits that I finally kind of bit the bullet and bought this one. I guess it's just easier when it's like with birthday money. I don't know why. I don't know. Anyway, yes, that's Tarot of a Moon Garden. This one won't be a surprise either. You all have seen this deck a million times, I'm sure. I love the Enchanted Forhaxa deck, which is also by MJ Cullinane. What I don't have much of is purely animal tarot decks. I don't really have that many animal oracles either. But, so yeah, this is a Hay House. It's a kind of fairly standardy Hay House book. I think my dog is barking in the background again. But I kind of felt I felt a gap, really, not having an animal-y deck. And this is the only one I found that I think I might get on with. And it's insane because I love animals. I have a house full of animals. I rescue animals. If I could, I'd have buttloads of land and I would rescue every animal that needed to be rescued and just let it live a happy life with me. But I don't really love animal decks, which is a really strange thing. But the book, what's the book I showed you last time? Goodness me. The one with all the spreads in it. I can't think off the top of my head now. But that mentions a few spreads to include animal decks. So I thought, well, it is a gap I need to fill. I have a couple that are sort of animal centric, but this is a much more animal-y deck. Here she goes, making up words again. It's great. It's what you come here for, right? But yeah, so this is going to be an interesting one to work with. God, there's a peacock. Look at that. What did I just say? Peacocks and hagstones. What's that about, chaps? Anyway, yeah, so I won't sort of go on too much about that deck because I'm pretty sure most of you are pretty familiar with it, but it's just kind of fulfilling the gap of an animal-centric tarot deck, really. But it's very, very pretty. I do really like it. Yeah, Guardian of the Night Tarot. Okay, which shall we do next? Oh, yeah, okay, I know. So this is the Goblin Market Tarot. This is based on Christina Rossetti's poem, Goblin Market, if any of you are familiar. But what you will be familiar with is the fact it's John Matthews' deck. And we all know I love John Matthews. We'll have to put John Matthews on my bingo card, I think. So, yeah, this is John Matthews and Charles Newington. This is a Watkins deck, I think. Yeah, looks to be a pretty okay guidebook. Again, I've not really looked through this because it's brand new. But what I will say is that this is a very, very chunky deck. Look at that. That is a big old chunk of card. Now, I can't remember whose channel I saw this on either, which is really frustrating me. And I don't think they were a massive fan, but it didn't put me off. So I actually looked at it and thought, oh, I quite like that actually. Typical of me to kind of disagree with everybody. But yeah, it's got really good, very strong cardstock. I'm not actually sure how that's going to shuffle, to be honest. And it's massive as well and chunky. So my munchkin hands may struggle a bit with this. But yeah, so I saw the video of somebody who said they didn't like it. I can't remember who it was. And I immediately put it on my wish list, where it has been sat for quite some time, until this week, when I thought, you know what, I'm going to do it. I think I hadn't done it up until now because I was a bit like, well, that person didn't like it, so maybe I'm making a mistake. I don't know. But I should have just listened to my own thoughts about it and not be led. Because there's a reason I put it on my wish list, and it's because it's very cool. And the poem is kind of cool too. So, yeah, if you're not familiar with it, go and Google it. But yeah, it's good old chunk of cards, and it's kind of unique. I don't think there's another tarot very much like this, and that's what I love about it. And I'm actually genuinely excited to read with it. So yeah, I am super glad I bought this now. I didn't listen to the negative reviews. Gosh, this is going to be a nightmare to get in the box. I think we'll maybe pop that to one side and maybe deal with that one later. Okay, last one. Now, I'd said in a previous video that I don't really have any playful decks, and it made me think, oh, maybe that's something that's missing from my collection. So, with my Waterstones gift card, I chose, out of quite a few decks, a Spoopy Tarot. Because it looked playful and cute and so completely unlike anything else I have. It's oh, come out. It's an interesting one. It's very much not my usual thing, and I wouldn't have really looked twice at it, honestly, had it not been for realising that actually I don't have anything like this at all, and maybe I should have. Maybe it's a gap I need to fill. So it's a fairly basic little guidebook, and yeah, the cards are very, very basic. And I think I normally like a deck that's got a little bit more about it. I like to look at the background. I like to look at all the details. I like to read, you know, the card as a whole if I can. I like to read any like little thing that's hiding in the background that maybe you don't see the first time. And this is not something you're going to get with that deck. I think you're just going to have your basic meanings, probably. I don't know. I'll have to have a proper look at the guidebook. But yeah, see, look, it's so. Having said I don't do skulls, but I don't think these can really count as the kind of skulls that I'm not a fan of, honestly. Yeah, the Hierophant is a vampire. I've no idea. Okay, I just, yeah, I mean, they're so not my thing. Okay, so Justice is a penguin in a witch's hat. Yep, okay, fair dues. Yeah, okay. It's not immediately, I mean, yeah. It's not immediately grabbing me, I have to admit. And I don't know if it's one I'm gonna read with much, if at all. I will try it because, you know, there's a reason I bought it. I wanted to be out of my comfort zone a little bit with a deck, and this is way out of my comfort zone. or certainly way out of my normal kind of choice of deck. I don't hold out high hopes for it, honestly, but I may be surprised. I may be absolutely astounded. I think that's almost certainly going to be a Samhain season deck. I don't tend to use my deck seasonally, but this one I think probably has its place in Samhain. Anyway, that is it. That is the birthday haul. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know I love a haul video. If there's anything you want to see more of, again, please do let me know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please, if you feel so inclined, like and subscribe, and I will see you all again soon. Take care, guys.